Hello and welcome to Ellen Ruth Soap. I'm Ellen and today I am making a campfire inspired soap using this fragrance called Cracklin' Birch from Nature's Garden. This smells really good. It's not too smoky, it's outdoorsy. It smells fantastic, very woodsy. I'm loving it. And so what my goal today is, and the reason I'm using this is of course because the smell goes along with the theme, but it also has good reviews. I've not used it before, but it's supposed to behave well in soap, and I need that today because I'm doing several layers. I'm going to do a flame pour drop swirl. It's not really a swirl, a drop pour to create like a flame effect. I've done this before and it's just fabulous. When it works, it's a total win. I'm hoping it works today. So for the colors, I'm going to go from darkest to lightest for my flames. So the bottom layer is going to be my activated charcoal, and I buy this in bulk. It's just wonderful. It's, activated charcoal is great in skin products. It's kind of a mess to work with, but it's worth it. It also colors soap beautifully. So that's going to be my first layer. And then my next, let's see, okay, I've got my matte Americana red. So I'm going to do black, then red, then orange, which I will be using Sunset Orange. This is from Be Scented. And then to top it all off, I have my goldenrod. So the black and these are going to be my flame colors. And I'm really hoping that it behaves well. When you're doing a flame pour, you need a kind of a medium trace. It can't be too loose or it muddies up, and it can't be too thick or you don't get the points. The point is to have it just fluid enough to where when you drop it, it causes the underlying colors to sort of spike up and it literally looks like flames. Really hoping I can pull this off today. You're coming along with me and we'll give it a try. But this is going to be a goat milk and oil soap. So let me get everything pulled together and we'll come back and make some campfire inspired soap. All right, it's additive time. Here are my oils and butters all melted together and cooled down to room temperature. And so this is going to be a goat milk soap today, goat milk and oil, which I've discounted this volume from my lye solution, which is off to the side cooling. So in goes my farm fresh goat milk. I feel so blessed that I have access to goat milk right now. We raised goats for years and years, and right now I'm in a season where I actually don't have my own dairy goats, and I miss them, but I have a girlfriend that raises them wonderful. Just a beautiful ethical farm, organically raised, pastured. These little goats are happy, happy goats. And anyway, that's where I get my goat milk from now, and I feel so blessed that I have access to that. So let me get all of the dry ingredients blended in here and let this anchor in and wait for the lye solution to cool down. I do have the fragrance oil is already in here because I just don't want to have to worry about that when I'm doing my layers. So I will proceed with caution. But anyway, let's get to blending. All right, it's time to add the lye mixture, and what I've got going on in here is my distilled water that I dissolved some cane sugar, chopped up some tussa silk fibers in there, poured the lye over it. That melted the silk, and then there's sodium lactate. So that's what's going on in the lye bucket. So I am going to hand stir this in since I have the fragrance already in there, and I want to hopefully control trace on this and just do each layer color at a time, so I want to work slowly. So hand stirring to emulsion, and then I will stick blend each color if I need to get it up to the right consistency. That sort of medium trace that I talked about. So not too runny, not too stiff. There's just this sweet spot that I'm looking for. Hopefully we can get it. I think this fragrance smells really good. So this caramel color is the goat milk reacting with the lye. We've got emulsion, so I'm not going to mess around too much here. We're going to go ahead and split off for the first layer. All right, it's the next day. I'm very anxious to get in here and see how that bottom layer came out. I blended it a little too long and it got thick, so when I poured the red over the black, it didn't sink down. So I took my spatula and sort of chopped some grooves. Anyway, the second and third layers poured how I was hoping they would, so you know there's only one way to find out how it's going on the inside. I did come in early today and steam the top. It's got a little shine to it, which I love. Oh, mercy. All right, let's get in here and see how that inside came out. It's showtime. I got lovely Olga out and time to cut in here and see how that bottom layer, if I massacred it or if we have any kind of a flame type of a thing. I'm hoping we do. I really, really am. So let's get this cut, see what we got going. I'll tell you what though, this campfire fragrance smells really nice today. I'm pushing tentatively. I broke a string on my cutter the other day and it was really a bugger to change it. These multi-bar cutters are much harder to change a string on than the single bar cutter. All right, let's see. Okay, all right. So yeah, that bottom layer was thick, but we're getting a little bit of the flame going here. Let's just keep going. Okay, it's coming along. It kind of goes with the fragrance though. The fragrance definitely matches the colors, so I'm staying positive. I think you kind of can get a little bit of a flame vibe from this, right? Let's stay in positive. There you go. That one looks a little more flame-ish to me. But yeah, that bottom got a little thick. But this is what I was going for. So it's got to be a little looser to get the little flecks to come up when you pour. There we go. I'm getting the vibe and the fragrance. I am really liking this campfire fragrance. I guess I would call it a masculine fragrance just because there's no sweetness and no floral, but I think it's wonderful. Very woodsy. Definitely has that campfire smell to it. All right, I think these are definitely a good fall soap. It has like a warmth to it too, the fragrance. So let's keep cutting and see how the rest of these came out. All right, time to cut the next log here. And I did not film changing of the wires on here. I do have a single bar my cutter how to change a wire video because I've done that before. It's pretty straight up, but this one I'm glad I didn't film it because it was kind of a nightmare and I was like really lost doing it, and it was not pretty. So, but now that I've done it once, if I ever break a string again, I will film changing the strings on this cutter, but I'm glad I didn't film that first attempt. Yeah, it was a bit of a mess for me. There we go. It's looking a little campfire-y. Oh yeah. That is getting some flamey actions. I'm liking that.